Hey, Slush, I do Buckaroos. How the heck are you? Sorry, I'm just a few minutes late. That's always something. I set up a video, but then I felt like I was awful grubby from work, so I went and took a shower and tried to hurriedly put stuff together, and I forgot where I put stuff. Nevertheless, anyways, let me take care of something real quickly if I can. Well, it's not working again. Yeah, give it a minute to catch up. So I just grabbed a couple beers willy nilly. Well, actually, I've got two of the same beer, I should say. The Italian Pilsner from Springfield, Maryland. This was the Mug Club selection. It's at 5%. This is very nice. Think Peroni, only a little cleaner, a little crisper. One of those nice, all-purpose kind of beers, if you will. I'm going to use a tavern style Pilsner for that beer. I'm going to set that to the side for a second. I'm going to pour some whiskey. Brought two whiskey glass just in case I want to have a second pour. And I misplaced my shot glass here. So, let's see what I do with it. I gotta put it right here. I can't find it. Yeah. Should have brought. What did I do with my glass? There it is. By God. Couldn't remember where I put the damn thing. I'm going to start with actually, no, I'm going to start with something else. I've got two different ones I thought I'd have, but it probably makes more sense to start with the slightly lower proof, right? Whoa, that was close. I'm an accident waiting to happen tonight, and I haven't even started drinking yet, if you can believe it. He's something to steady the nerves, apparently. As always, anybody watching, if you got any questions or comments, just put it up there. I'll answer almost anything. I've got one here. It's from out of St. Louis. It's Switchgrass Spirits. It's at 92 proof. Just a very nice, easy drinking young bourbon. Small batch from grain to glass. Proudly Midwestern. Our grain forward mash bill is designed with a high wheat and barley content. This gives our bourbon its smooth and balanced finish while also contemplating distinctive flavors of charred Missouri oak barrel. Enjoy neater on the rocks. I'm going to have some neat with you, man. I'm going to be a purist this evening. Pour in. I'm going to pour a couple ounces there. Maybe a tad extra. Just for shits and grins. Boy, I'm losing my mind. I just opened this whiskey and I can't find where I put the damn lid. I was right there. I don't know where my damn lid is. Anyway, it's going to be that kind of evening. Where the hell did I put that damn thing? There it is. I am losing me marbles. Here we go. Anyway, let me have that whiskey with you. Using a vintage glass here, old Jack Daniels glass. I don't know how old these are. I know they're a minimum of got to be a minimum of at least 50, if not older. And I've got another one too. These are my dad's glasses that were passed down to me. I didn't get all the glassware. There was a few things I didn't, but my mom made sure I got a lot of the glassware because she knew I was the one that would appreciate it the most. My poor wife, she complains about all my glassware every once in a while, but she doesn't enable me. Yeah, she's probably bought more glassware for me than I bought for myself. So it's a wheated bourbon, as it says there. They don't tell me what that third grain is there, though, right? I don't have a percentage of how much corn, how much wheat, and if they've used any malted barley or rye as well. That we don't know. And I will tell you, I'm a little bit stuffy tonight, so my nose is going to be a tad challenged. Oh man, that's a nice bourbon. Keeping in mind that yes, it is a rather young bourbon. And I've got my Italian Pilsner here in my tavern style Pilsner glass. I don't know if that's the official name for them. I know that's what we used to call them back in the day. It may have a fancy name. It's just, I mean, it doesn't, it is it's a Pilsner style glass that the taverns had way back when. Nice, crisp, bready malts, herbal, noble hops. Feels, I don't know if they've used saws, but it feels like there's a touch of saws in there. Oh, mercy. So I ended my week today. Friday's a long day for me, but I am off Saturday and Sunday. So I can relax a little bit. I don't really have anything on the schedule, which is why I decided to do a late night video with y'all with no real purpose or or theme or content. We just thought we'd turn it on and we'll start talking. We could get into politics, but I'm trying real hard not to. After today, it is hard not to. But I don't feel like getting into it because if I open that can of worms, I'm not going to be able to stop talking about it. I will just say it was a sad day for us today, man. It was a sad day. Let me check this real fast, see if it'll let me fix this here now. No, still not. Does this to me every once in a while. I don't know why, because I'm technologically challenged. Let me do what I did last time that worked. Anyway, hope everybody's doing all right out there and surviving. I had a nice day. I had a nice day at work today. It was a long day, but it was a good day. Felt productive. The best part about my job these days is, even though it is work, it is also a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy what I do, and the best part is that I get to hang out with my friends. I mean, I'm on that side of the bar, and I can't drink with them, but nevertheless, nevertheless, I see a lot of good friends every day, so that's nice. Yes, didn't work like it did last time. Darn. Oh no, there it is. Okay, yep, there it popped up for me. I was putting all of my videos and posts to public, but apparently I picked up some trolls and haters along the way, so I've had to move it to just friends. Mm. Wanted to look up something here to share with you. Like I said, I'm not going to delve into the whole situation that went down today, but this quote seemed apropos. If I can find it. Nikita Khrushchev, we will take America without firing a shot. We will bury you. It does feel like that's what happened today. It was sad. It was embarrassing. And if I go into it any further than that, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole I won't be able to get out of. Anyways, but I do want to focus on the whiskey before everything goes to hell in a handbasket. There's a line in a movie, Club Paradise. The Moniker character is talking to or the Robin Williams character Moniker is talking to the Peter O'Toole character, like about how things are going bad in their particular setting. And the Peter O'Toole character says, if we're going to hell in a handbasket, I want to be the one holding the handle." I feel like that's where we are at this particular moment in time. And where we're going, I'm just going to be the one holding the handle, and I can't stop it from going. Yeah. I figure once it is inevitable that doom and gloom is coming, I'm just going to open my best whiskey, sit out on the porch, and wait till it's over. Wait till my face melts off. I have no desire to live through a apocalypse. No, I'm not going to stock up canned goods. I'm not going to live like an animal. No, no. I'm just going to go out. I'm not going to fight zombies. I'm not going to deal with a even more corrupt government than we have now. No, I'm just going out, man. I'm open the whiskey and just sit there till it's over. Kind of like the Woody Harrelson character in 2012. You know, he got to a spot on the mountain or the hill there, and he just let it take him. That's what I'm going to do. Other than I'm going to be holding a glass of whiskey. It'll probably be a larger pour than this. I'll probably fill it up to the top and drink as much of it as I can until it's over. But oh mercy, I feel like this is where we are in society today. There is no stopping it. There's no fixing it. There's just living with it until you're not living anymore. I feel like that's the situation we're in. Uh, Tom, I thought you were an optimist. Yeah, I usually am, and in some ways, I still think I'm an optimist. I am quite positive that this is how it's gonna end, man. But I will end it with my whiskey in my hand and a smile on my face as we approach doomsday. And I'll keep musing until it's over. I really do like this whiskey. It's a little bit sweet up front. Wheat whiskeys to me tend to be a little sweeter, a little softer. And so I tend to prefer, for the most part, I do tend to prefer a traditional bourbon that uses rye as a secondary because that balances that sweetness. But I think that's why wheated bourbons, I should say, have become so popular. Is that I think there's a lot of folks that just like that sweeter, softer whiskey, and that's what a wheated bourbon will do to you or do for you, I should say. Uh, I do like this Italian Pilsner from Springfield Brewing Company, though. It is very nicely done. Might have to go get me some more. The 6 pack I had that I'm at the end of now. Was free. The Mug Clubbers get a free 6 pack of that, but I might want to try and go buy one before they run out because it really is a nice beer, especially going into spring and summer. I wouldn't mind having a 6 pack or two of this just because it's just one of those nice beers to drink, right? It's not a beer that you need to do this with. You know, you don't need to wax philosophical about it. It's just a nice, enjoyable, well done drinking beer. You don't need to get pretentious about. You don't need to really check the nose. Although I found I do that with every beer I drink out of habit, whether I need to or not. But nevertheless, But yeah, it's just one of those enjoyable beers. I mean, it's a beer you could drink while, watching a sporting event. It's even because it is light and easy to drink. It will pair with just about any food. Go great with pizza. That's a little cliche, Tom, since it's an Italian Pilsner. Yeah, yeah, I know, but it would because it's not heavy. It's very light, and it doesn't. There are no notes involved that's going to take away from the taste of that said pizza. And I didn't say you had to buy a cheap pizza. I mean, it could be a nice homemade pizza. It could be from a gourmet pizzeria in your neck of the woods. I'm sure you got one. Everybody does. You know these places that want to charge an arm and a leg for a pizza. You know you're paying too much, but you also know it's better than those other places that'll deliver quickly. Yeah, it's twice the price, but you know it's going to be better. You regret doing it almost immediately, but you want that flavor and not that flavor. I don't want that. I don't want that takeout flavor. I want the taste of a real fucking pizza. We got a couple places in town like that, and they're good, but it does get hard to justify how much you have to pay for a pie. But then I take a bite and say, it is better. I don't know if it's that much better to justify what I just paid for it, but it is better than the takeout pizza joint. Sometimes I do like to make my own. Every once in a while, wife will make a homemade crust, but usually we just buy a store bought dough. Then I put the stuff on it. The reason we like to do that for the most part is my wife and I typically prefer no sauce. Right? We just brush it, put some herbs down, or brush with olive oil and add some herbs. That's typically how we like it. It's basically cheese bread. And I like mine cheesier than her, so I usually do one that with the toppings she likes for her, and then one with the toppings I like for me, with the smaller pies. You see, because I'm a rather cheesy fellow. I like it very cheesy, man. And what cheeses I use, in all honesty, kind of depends on my mood. I do like to use fresh mozzarella from time to time, but I also like stronger cheeses as well. So there are times I want to use a nice sharp provolone to add to a whole milk mozzarella. But there are times just simple is better, right? So again, brush it with olive oil, add the herbs, and just put some fresh mozzarella down. Sometimes I want it just like that. That's it. Just keep it simple. Or you could do a margarita, add some tomato to it. We like to do that when my wife has some good garden tomatoes, especially there's a variety we like called the Cherokee Purple, which is very meaty, even more so than a beefsteak. So those are very nice for a margarita pizza because they're not as watery as your store brand tomatoes. Let me set that down for a second and pick up my beer, man. I didn't invite anybody to join me tonight because I got started very late, and a lot of my friends are on the East Coast. They're an hour ahead of me. So there wasn't any point. I figured anybody that wanted to, was able, if they want to watch, you can. If you want me to send you a link, I will. But I didn't expect many to be up or watching this for that matter. Sometimes you just gotta get things off your chest. Because if I'm home and I don't have the camera off, I'm home having a beer or some whiskey and I'm saying everything that's in my head, well, then I'm just a crazy old man rambling. But if I turn the camera on, then I'm talking to people, even though technically I'm probably still just a crazy old man rambling. But sometimes you just got to get things out. I think a lot of folks like to go to a therapist because it's not always about fixing an issue. Sometimes you just have to say things out loud. And that's why I like to do the videos because sometimes it's not about fixing an issue that can't be fixed. Sometimes it's just about saying things out loud. because you have it all rattling around your head and it's driving you crazy because you're trying to figure out this, that, or the other. But if you say it out loud, then it's out in the open. And sometimes it's easier, not necessarily to find a fix or a solution, but maybe just to find a way to keep going where that particular thought isn't driving you crazy anymore now that you've said it out loud. Uh, But I will tell you again, it's one of the reasons I love my job is I'm seeing people that I like and that like me on a daily basis. And even though I'm not taking part in every conversation, there are folks that that genuinely, I mean to say, care about you. And that's a new experience for me. And I'm an old guy. I'm an old man. But nevertheless, sometimes it takes some of us longer than others to find our true calling. I've been searching for a long time, man. I kind of gave up on it, but it turns out that I was born to be a bartender. I love it, man. I love pouring beer. I love pouring good craft beer where I work. I also love designing cocktails and making cocktails. I love the art behind it all. And I bring kind of an old school approach to it, I guess, because I'm an old guy. I do prefer simple cocktails. Almost everything I do uses the Manhattan for a template. I mean, the old fashioned is using the Manhattan for a template, but I'm using the Manhattan for a template with almost everything that I do. It's what's been popular at work are various versions of an old fashioned, and what I'm getting known for is my simple syrups. I've been doing some different things. I did one back at the beginning of fall. I did a vanilla pecan simple syrup, and then I did a pecan pie old fashioned, and then I took it off the menu recently. After we got through all the holidays, but I've been getting a lot of calls to bring it back, even though it's not necessarily the season for it. But I've had a lot of folks tell me that that simple syrup was just brilliant. So I'm looking at bringing that back for Valentine's Day. I did a strawberry simple syrup. I did a sweetheart old fashioned, and that one has been very popular. Oh, mercy. But it is a lot of fun putting things together. So I've got a friend who just joined our cocktail club. So we were talking about some different things, and told him to give me some flavors that he likes, and I'll design a cocktail for him. So it is absolutely the most fun I've ever had at work. And again, I'm damn near 60, and I have the best bosses that I've ever had in my entire life. So really enjoying things right now. Picking up a lot of vanilla on the nose right there. Picking up some honey too. Usually pick up brown sugar or a toffee, caramel, that kind of thing. But I'm feeling the notes just a little bit lighter here. But yeah, you might find a very light brown sugar in there, but I feel like I'm picking up some honey and a little bit of raw sugar, to be honest with you. The sweetness it doesn't have the depth of brown sugar. And I'm not saying that as an insult or a complaint. I'm just saying this is what I'm picking up. It's very nice, easy to drink, 92 proof young bourbon. It is done impeccably well. Didn't realize I've been talking so long. And it was going to do something else here, but Tom, you've been talking a long time. I didn't realize that was because usually my first beer goes down quickly, so does the first whiskey. But I didn't realize I've been rambling as long as I have. So anyway, but I digress. So I wasn't going to have two beers and two whiskeys with you, but I've already been talking for almost 25 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up and then may do a second video because that would make more sense than talking for an hour. And who wants that, man? Even I don't want to hear me talk for an hour, man. It's hard enough, man. Nobody wants to get up inside there. Anyways, I'm Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and I'm also Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte. If anybody's still awake, I may put out another live video here in just a few.